So hi there, it's Bridget here on the Bibbulmun track, and I'm in a little shoebox cabin here in Boddington. It's pretty small, but everything you need, and I think mostly miners use these cabins. But I had two showers actually, because I could, and I just wanted to talk to you about food because I wondered if people might be interested in what I've been eating on the trail, because we try and carry as little as possible, keep our pack light and not carry heavy things, so mostly it's dehydrated food. So mostly for breakfast I'm having rolled oats, quick cook, with a packet of forager fruits from Tasmania, which I ordered online, and they're freeze dried, so they're super light, unlike dehydrated fruit can be quite heavy. These are weighs 1.5 grams, and you get that sort of enough for breakfast, probably quite a generous serve for breakfast, but I have that because I don't have any sugar or honey or anything. Didn't want to carry that. And I have a little in that I make it into a little sachet, a little Ziploc bag, enough for one breakfast with the fruit, and I have a tablespoon of coconut milk, which I actually don't think I have. You can buy coconut milk in little sachets. Let's see if I've got a spare. I didn't want to open my pack again because I've just packed it all away, but I've got a few spares here. Oh, here we go. Coconut milk powder if you don't have dairy, which I find a lot of the dried dehydrated milk is not so great for me. So I put that in my porridge and have it all made up with ready to go. So just tip it into the bowl and add hot water and cook it for a bit, and that's my breakfast. And then lunch is often a sachet. These are quite heavy, it's a bit of extravagance, but I like to have a lot of protein, and that's 100 grams. You can get salmon or tuna, different flavours, and they're sustainably caught on a line, not on a net. I like that too. And I put that into a sushi roll, 2 layers of seaweed. Instead of having, I wanted to reduce my carbs really as much as possible. So I didn't want to have pita bread, plus this is super light, really light. It's 25 grams for 10 sheets. So that lasts me 5 days. So that's my lunch. And then dinner, I've been having Strive food, which I bought also from Tasmania. And here's the Strive food, which I've had really good reviews, and I thought, awesome. It's a family business, and that'll be nice, not too many nasties in it, and no MSG. I rang them actually to check if there was MSG, and they sounded really lovely on the phone, and I thought, yep. So I ordered a whole bunch of these meals. Actually, you can see it's out of date by 2 years because I ordered it 2 years ago when we were planning a trek on Hitchinbrook Island. Michael and I were going to hike together, so there were 2 serves. I thought I better use these up, and I've been dividing them into packs, so instead of serving 2 they serve 1, and so that would last me 2 days. But when I ate this one, I really didn't like it. I'm not sure if it's because it's out of date or if it's just the way they combine it. The lentils didn't really soften up enough. I cooked it for seemed like ages, and the flavours weren't really enjoyable for me. So I'm ditching that one, and I've gone to the old Continental, which is bog standard, but no MSG. Somewhere it says that, yeah. No MSG, because MSG keeps me awake at night. I can't tolerate it, and makes me sweat, and during the night sweats and bad dreams sometimes, and also just wakefulness, so that's not what we want. Already hard enough to sleep on an air mattress in a sleeping bag. And so lovely Tony bought me, because I realised on the trail that they weren't doing it for me, the Strive foods I bought. So yeah, not at the end of the day, you just want to have something delicious and nutritious and warming, and for me it was just so disappointing to have this food that was there. not delicious. So I'm hoping these will be a bit better. There's no nasties, and pretty happy that Continental now makes things without MSG, which you never used to. It all used to have MSG. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a try, and I've got 3 different flavours this week. That's dinner. It says it serves 2. I can't read on my glasses. No, I don't think it does. I think it was 1 serve. And then I just have my sleepy tea for night time, which I could have divided into. See, every day I have a pack. That's my pack for the day. So I can just grab that from Tony and go, yep, that's a day's worth. And it's got my breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks in it, which makes it easy. But I didn't divide up the tea bags. I could have done that, one sleepy tea in each pack for the night, and then 1 lemon and ginger for the morning, but I didn't do that. They're all just in 1 pack. And then I also have jerky snacks that I made. This is the only liver jerky that worked, and I've stolen the dry sachet from my last packet of seaweed to keep that dry, because all my other liver jerky that I made, because it's quite thick, it's hard to cut it thin, it went mouldy, which was kind of disappointing when I got here. Very disappointed, because I like my liver and it's very nutritious and good for you. So I've got liver now, 1 pack, the beautiful, it's going to be savoured. So that's snacks, and that'll probably last me 3, maybe even 4 days, I'd say. But I always have my beef jerky, just so simple and easy. I bought it at the butcher. Already cut really thin, super thin. Dehydrated that myself in my home dehydrator. Same with the liver. And that's worked a treat. None of it's gone mouldy. I just salt and pepper it. It's very simple. And yeah, it's delicious. And it really, even though it doesn't look like much, and you kind of go, oh, it's all dry and everything, actually it's really satisfying. I think it's the protein just is, yeah, I feel satiated. I don't feel hungry. And then when I have a hard day or it's raining or it's a big hill, I have some secret weapon. It's a bit of dark, 90% or whatever it is, dark chocolate. That's my secret weapon, just in case of emergencies. And I found this online, which I think is pretty cool. It's beef bone broth. And there's no nasties in that. I have a chicken one as well, chicken bone broth, and sometimes I add that to a meal if it's a bit lacking in interest. I'll put a few spoonfuls in the meal, or I can just make up a broth like a soup if I want something warming and I don't want to have tea. I certainly don't want to have tea. I have 1 cup of tea at dinner and that's it, otherwise I'm up and down during the night and I don't want to do that, especially if it's raining. So I might have a bone broth instead, or at lunchtime even, if it's particularly cold and miserable. Or when we get to camp, sometimes I'll have some soup. So, and then I just pack that all in that bag, and that's in the top of the pack, ready for me to grab it easily at lunchtime, or at break time. And the rest of them are lower in the pack, because they're quite heavy. With the tuna, it's makes it, if you've got a few tunas in there, it's quite heavy. And that's it really. Oh, I just wanted to share with you, this morning I had booked into the pub where this accommodation is attached to a pub, the Boddington pub. And I wanted to, I booked in for breakfast, and it was just like bacon and eggs, the usual fare, and I thought, oh, I won't be able to eat any of that. I'll just have bacon. Bacon and baked beans or something. Not so appealing, but because I asked them what time the cafe opened, and they said, oh, it doesn't open until 8 and we're leaving at 8. So I was like, damn. So I booked in, and then this morning I was wandering over to the pub to have breakfast, and I saw the cafe across the road, the Black Sheep, and I thought, I'll just go and see what time they open, maybe I can get a takeaway coffee. And lo and behold, they open at 6 a.m. So I went in there, and oh my God, there was an open fire roaring. It was so beautiful. The lady working there was lovely, and I just went, life's too short. Life's too short to have breakfast at the pub. So I changed my mind, and I had breakfast there. and she was just happened to be a pastry chef, can you believe it, in the middle of Boddington. And she had just got these beautiful, amazing croissants out the oven, freshly made. I was blown away. I said, I have to have one. And I had it with bacon and pesto, homemade pesto, and it was divine. And a latte. No, flat white, sorry, God, I'm delusional. A flat white, extra hot, extra strong. And it was heaven. By the fire, eating my breakfast. I'm so glad I chose to do that. No, just really met my need for self-care and nurture and nourishment, and my need for food, because food is a precious need. Often, I think I forget that. Food, water, shelter, precious needs. Super precious, essential. Yeah, so it's nice. It's so lovely to have Tony to be able to drive us to towns. Like, we hadn't had a shower for 10 days. Or a decent sleep. So having a sleep in this bed, even though, you know, it's pretty rudimentary, it was so warm and cozy. I slept really well. I turned the fridge off overnight, no noise. I had earplugs in anyway. And a beautiful warm, beautiful hot shower. And my toiletries, I have these mega toiletries that I keep in the van with Tony that I cannot have with me. I just basically have deodorant. No, I don't even have deodorant. I have toothpaste, tiny toothpaste, toothbrush, and wet wipes. That's my and sunscreen. That's my toiletries bag for the trek. So it's so nice to have all the other bits and pieces, shampoo and deodorant and moisturizer and hand cream. And so like a bit of a luxury after 10 days, and the next one will be in 4 days time. We have another hotel. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on the track, and I'll do another vlog when I get to camp tonight. Okay, bye. Oh, that was long. Okay, bye.